One thing that I've learned being the parent of a child who's on the autism spectrum is that a lot of people think they understand what autism is, but in actuality, they only understand the stereotypes. And reality and stereotypes are not the same thing. So, in honor of Autism Awareness Month, I want to talk about a few of these autism myths that people keep getting wrong. One of the biggest myths that I've seen is that people think that autism shows up the same way in every autistic person. Like there's just one type of autistic person and everybody's supposed to fit into that mold. But autism is a spectrum, which means it shows up very differently in different people. Some kids will be super talkative, while other kids, like my son, for example, are nonverbal and have to communicate with you in different ways that don't include using words and sentences. Some love being very social, but they tend to get overwhelmed by a lot of noise, people, and chaos. Others prefer being by themselves, but they are crazy perceptive. There's there's no one personality trait that is tied to all people who are on the autism spectrum. Another thing is that people also think that if someone seems fine, then they must be fine. You'll hear them say things like, oh, well, they're doing so good at their job, or they're really good in school, or they seem normal to me. Or my absolute favorite is, but he doesn't look autistic. Side note on that, anytime someone says this about my son, I make it my duty to make them feel very uncomfortable by asking them to explain exactly what a person on the autism spectrum is supposed to look like. But I digress. A lot of neurotypical people don't understand that many autistic individuals are working overtime in order to look as if they're not on the spectrum. A lot of autistic people go throughout their daily lives masking. They're forcing eye contact. They're repressing their stimming behaviors, copying social behaviors. Basically, they're performing what you would probably call normalcy just to blend in and not stand out and make themselves a target. So on the outside, it looks effortless, but on the inside, it is fucking exhausting. People also like to act like autism is just a 24/7 struggle. Like that's the whole story, the end all be all. And yes, there are real challenges when it comes to autism. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there isn't, but there's also a lot of focus and creativity, honesty, pattern recognition, laughs, milestones being met, hugs and kisses, a whole different way of thinking that actually brings a lot of value into their lives, your lives, and the lives of all of the people around them. The problem is that a lot of people only focus on fixing the parts that they don't understand. And that's the biggest misunderstanding of all because autism is not something that needs to be fixed. What people actually need is understanding. They need support and a hell of a lot more patience.